Hey guys, it's Leanne. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here, and if you're not new, of course, welcome back and thank you so much for returning. So today's video is something I'm actually quite excited about, and it's something I didn't even think I was going to post because I didn't really expect it to turn out as well as it turned out, or rather I actually didn't expect to love it as much as I ended up loving the look. So today's video is a Mmmmitchell inspired look. So this is one of my favourite looks that he's ever created. So the video is a tutorial on the eyes and on the skin, where I'm talking through everything, what I'm doing, and just literally trying to copy what Mitchell does basically. So if you like Mitchell and if you would like to see my take on his work, then please keep on watching. But before we jump into the tutorial, I'm just going to remind everyone to please like this video, and also please subscribe while you're here. That would help me out loads, as would if you turn on the notification bell, which means obviously you won't miss any uploads from me. So yeah, let's just jump in and learn some new makeup tips. So guys, as you can see here, I'm going to be going in with the Sheen eyeliner today, and this is in the shade ZAFFRE, which is just like an electric blue shade. So it's a water activated liner. So as you can see, I'm just spraying the MAC Cosmetics Fix Plus spray onto the P. Louise and Mmmmitchell Acid Rain orange brush from that collection. Now I'm just starting to line the inner corner to the outer corner of my eye. And sorry, the recording's not very good on this. I didn't realise how bad it would actually look. But yeah, as you can see, I keep checking to see that I'm doing it right and that everything's looking fine. And as you can see, I've just extended the wing a little bit. Checking back in now, and I'm just going over just to make sure that there's a good block colour. So this colour, it does need building up, as at first, because it's water activated, it's a little bit watery, obviously, but then you just build it up and it's fine. And it doesn't crack, which is such like a relief. It does not crack no matter how many times you go over it. So yeah, I'm doing a graphic liner today, and obviously this looks inspired by Mmmmitchell. So it's not perfect, but practice does make perfect. So I'm going to redo this look in the future, and yeah. So this is my second attempt at this look. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just using a very thin brush to sort of curl up just above my own natural crease, as you see me do just then. And again, I'm just extending the wing, making sure that the wing is long enough so that this looks the same as the other eye. So yeah, doing these wings are just a bit repetitive. So now I'm going to be going in with the Nikkie Tutorials Beauty Bay palette, and I've taken the shade Ivy on a Morphe Jeffree Star brush, and I just patted this down onto the eyelid just because I wanted a little bit of shimmer. But I actually didn't really love how this looked on the eyes, so I do end up going on top with a different eyeshadow. So yeah, now I go in with the Urban Decay Cosmetics Space Cowboy eyeshadow, and I'm just applying this with my finger. And this is the perfect eyeshadow for just a very natural look on the eyes, as it gives the eyes a nice wet look. And it really does show up on camera very well. So as you can see here, it just looks wet and dewy, which is the look I'm going for with the skin as well. So yeah, I'm going back in now just to thicken that line up, as you can see me doing. And obviously each time I'm going in, it's just building even more colour up. So I'm just doing the same to the other eye now. And yeah, as you can see, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So as we know, for today's video, I am recreating a Mmmmitchell makeup look. So on the IGTV video that I watched, he used this primer. He seemed to put it just sort of here on the face, well, on the model's face. Now today's look for me is going to be very, very light. I normally love a full coverage, as anyone who watches this channel regularly would know. Yeah, I really am a full coverage girl, but I'm taking a leaf out of Mmmmitchell's book today, and I'm excited to see if I actually like the result or not, or what. I'm going to be going in with the moisturiser now. So he used the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, but I'm just going to be using my little Superdrug moisturiser. So I think he just stippled this into the face. So I'm just going to be taking my Primark 106 buffing and blending brush, and I'm just going to dip in just very lightly. And I'm just going to be putting this moisturiser just around the edge of the face, a little bit on the forehead as well. And this to me is like the most strangest way to do makeup, but it literally looks stunning when he done it on his model. So I just thought I'll try something new and hope for the best. So the eyes have turned out okay. They're not the best, but practice makes perfect. So now it's just onto the skin. So I'm just going to let that sink into the skin for a little moment. But I've just realised I didn't apply any primer to my forehead. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of primer to the forehead. And I'm just going to give this a few minutes just to really settle into the skin. So for concealer today, I'm going to be using one of my favourite concealers, and this is the NYX Cosmetics Born to Glow concealer, and it's a radiant concealer and it's in the shade Vanilla. So I'm just going to be applying this just under the eyes. So I'm going to be going in with my Tarte beauty sponge now, and I'm just going to be pressing this into the skin. And then to really make sure that it's blended into the waterline, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe M441 brush and just buffing this right to the waterline. Just going to be applying a little bit more, just for a little bit of extra coverage where I actually do need it. So just directly under here, as there's definitely some blue discoloration. Again, I'm just buffing this into the waterline and just under that wing. And then we'll be going back over with my Tarte beauty sponge. Just taking the same brush just to remove any redness, which I can see just underneath the nose. And you know what, as much as I've just been saying it feels a bit strange to be doing makeup this way, as I'm normally a full coverage type of girl, I'll normally do foundation first and then concealer. I actually think this looks really, really nice just on its own. Like, I actually think that looks quite good because I do have generally good skin, so I feel like I could actually probably just get away with just the concealer. But I'm just going to do it the Mmmmitchell way and just apply a little bit of light foundation. So the most lightweight one that I own, which is the Ordinary Colours Serum Foundation Lightweight Formula, and this is in the shade 2.1Y. But before I do that, I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty setting powder, Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Butter. So I'm just going to be very lightly taking my Real Technique setting brush, dipping into my Fenty Beauty powder, tapping off any excess. I'm just going to be blending over once more just to make sure that the concealer is not settling into any wrinkles or fine lines under the eye. I'm just going to be simply tapping very gently on top of where I put that concealer. And this powder will just mattify the concealer and make sure that it doesn't crease and that it lasts all day. A little bit around the nose where I put a little bit of that concealer before. And yeah, I am actually loving that. The skin just looks so fresh, just even with a little bit of concealer and powder. This might be something that I might just adopt into my everyday routine because it actually looks so natural and really fresh. I don't know, what do you think? Does anyone else do this for daytime makeup? Just do a little bit of concealer where needed and a bit of powder to set? Or do most people who watch this channel just do full foundation like me most times? So like I've explained, this is the foundation I'm going to be going in with. It is quite a dark foundation for my skin tone, but somehow it all blends out. So I'm going to be going back in with the Primark 106 buffing and blending brush. Now this has had moisturiser on it, as you've seen before, which will also help to sheer out any foundation. That's a good tip if you want your foundation to be a little bit more of a natural sheer coverage, then you can mix it with a bit of moisturiser. I'm just going to be buffing this and stippling it into the skin. Now, as we can probably see here, it's definitely not a full coverage. It doesn't claim to be full coverage, but you can see here that there's definitely some blemishes coming through. So it really is a very light coverage foundation. So I feel like I might actually need to go over these blemishes with the concealer to make sure that they're covered and that the skin looks flawless. And I'm just going to be pressing this in with the Tarte beauty sponge. A little bit of highlight on the chin looks nice anyway, as it does on the forehead as well. And then I'm just going to be going back in with the Fenty Beauty powder, dipping in, tapping off excess and just placing it down onto the areas where I've just put that concealer. So for blush, I think Mitchell used a MAC Cosmetics blush and it seemed like a bit of a shimmery metallic-y blush. So I'm going to be going in with my MAC Cosmetics blush, and this is in the shade Tell and Glow. So I'm going to be going in with the Peaches and Creams PC04 brush. And I'm just going to be dusting this onto the cheeks and almost back into the hairline. And as this look is so dewy, it's important to use a not matte products really. So this blush is not matte, as I've just explained, so it should work really well with this look. As you can see here, there's like a nice glow on the apples of the cheek, so yep, it's working very well. And then in the video, I don't think Mitchell mentioned if he used any contour, but it actually looked like he did. So I'm going to be going in with my contour now, and this is the e.l.f. bronzer in the shade Warm. It's just such a dewy, glowy bronzer, so I'm going to be using that today because it's obviously in keeping with the whole dewy, glowy, natural makeup look. Rather than a matte, strong contour, I'm just going to be using this instead today. So to apply this, I'm going to be going in with the Peaches and Creams PC25 brush, and I'm just going to be taking a mixture and just simply bringing this up onto the forehead and just under the hollows of the cheeks, like so. So yeah, the skin is now looking nice and glowy, nice and flawless, and this is with minimal foundation. So I am actually quite impressed with how this looks turned out so far. So for highlight, Mitchell, because he's actually used like more of a pink tone here on the eyes, he used more of a pink tone highlight so it all tied together well. So for my highlight, a pink toned one that I own is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette with Stacey Marie. So I'm going to be going in with the shade Sink, and to apply this I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty 120 highlight brush. And then for the lips today, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe colour pencil in the shade Sweetheart. So I'm actually going to be going over this lip liner now, and I'm going to be going over with the NYX Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Cocoa, as this is just a little bit darker, and on the video Mitchell had a look that was like quite a dark lip line. So I'm just going to be tracing over this now. And then he used a Jeffree Star Velour liquid lip. I think it wasn't in the shade Celebrity Skin, which is the one I'm going to be using. It was in a different shade. But yeah, I'm going to be going in with Celebrity Skin. And Mitchell seemed to blend it in with a brush, which I normally wouldn't do, but I'm going to try it today. So to blend this in, I'm going to be going in with the Real Techniques eyeshadow brush. And this is the Multitask Eye brush. So I'm just going to be blending this right to the lip line. And that is literally one of my favourite shades ever. Literally, of all nude lips, that is literally one of my favourite shades ever. And then in the centre, I'm going to be going in with a bit of a lighter colour now. So I'm going to be going in with the Doll Beauty lipstick, and this is in the shade FOMO. And I'm just going to be taking that same brush just to blend in this FOMO lipstick. And then I'm going to be topping that with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Diamond Milk. And again, I'm just going to be going back in with this brush to blend out this lip gloss. This is the finished and completed look, and literally I actually do really love how this look has turned out. It's so glowy, it's so dewy, but the most important part is like, it's obviously full coverage underneath the eyes, which is where I need it, but I'm actually surprised at how good the skin looks, considering I've literally used minimal foundation. Like, this is the least foundation I think I've ever used in any tutorial ever. Maybe it was adding the moisturiser and blending that into the skin, adding the primer over the face, maybe it was things like that, and that's why the skin looks really good and dewy and glowy as well. But yeah, I'm actually made up with how this has turned out. What do you guys think? I think I might be a changed woman. So just some little finishing touches that I did not want to miss out of the video is I'm going to be going in with the MAC Cosmetics Nylon eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using this as inner corner highlight. And to do this, I'm going to be using the Zoeva 230 Luxe Pencil Brush, as this will really just open up the eye. So obviously this one captures the light a lot more. Yeah, this one looks a lot more open than this eye. So yeah, it really is these little finishing touches that really do just make all the difference and just change the game. It really is just the simplest things sometimes in makeup that really make all the difference, and in photographs as well. So this is going to photograph a lot better now, just by doing that. It looks like a totally different eye in my opinion now. It really does. So yeah, I'm just going to be placing a little bit just under the arch of my eyebrow as well. Look at that as well, even that just catches the light so much better. So I just thought that was so important to include, because sometimes when I watch tutorials, I do find that people miss out steps which I think are so important to explain why you're doing what you're doing and what like the effect is going to be. Like obviously I've just explained, now my eyes look more open and obviously it's going to photograph better. So yeah, this is just a little extra tip for anyone who wants their makeup to be absolutely full glam, flawless, and photograph really well. This is a good tip. So yeah, hope you use it, hope it's useful for you. So this is the finished and completed makeup look. Now obviously I've talked you through all the techniques I've done and the reasons why, and yeah, what do you think of the look? I'm actually blown away by the look. I really love how it turned out. I'm really shocked that I've used such little product on the skin, as in foundation, and it still looks this flawless and glowy. So there really is something to sometimes maybe less is more, but yeah, I really love how natural it is. So yeah, I'm so happy with how the look turned out, if you couldn't tell. Before we sign off, I'm just going to ask you again to please give this video a thumbs up, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any uploads from me, and also leave me a comment and some feedback in the comment section down below. I'll always reply. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that everyone learned something and enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.